If you have sleep issues, these 9 little habits will change your life. The gravitational pull of sleep will become irresistible, and you won't need drugs or supplements to fall asleep anymore. In just a second, I'll share the first little habit, but just really quickly, I wanted to let you know that just like you, I used to have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. I used to switch between melatonin and Benadryl, but then they stopped working too, and I had to get serious about sleep. And what I discovered is that you actually sleep better without those than you do with them, because you actually have gentle, natural sleep that's truly refreshing to your body. So if you start doing the habits that I'm about to share with you, you will start sleeping better than you have in years within like a week, really. So also at the end, I'm going to share the framework that sort of unites these 9 habits and makes them work, so that you will have a way to evaluate your own sleep habits moving forward and see which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to ditch with the drugs. Okay, so let's start by just jumping into little habit number 1, which is make your bed in the morning. Like if you haven't already made it, pause this video and go make your bed right now. I'm not kidding. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why. So, I mean, just to give you some starter information, the thing is, like in the evening time when you walk in and it's time for bed, what you're going to be hit in the face with is these messages of like chaos and overwhelm and mess right there, because you didn't even have the time or the ability to take 1 or 2 minutes to make your bed in the morning. And I know your life might be chaotic and it might be overwhelming, but those are not the messages you need to see right before you go to bed when you're trying to calm your brain down, right? So like obviously the better message for your brain at that time of day is that everything is safe, it's calm, and things are good. You know, that's what you need to be starting to feel inside of you if you want your brain to fall asleep, right? So for years, I didn't make my bed. I'll just go ahead and come clean and admit it. I've been a solo mom for like 12 years, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I've been through a good bit of hardship in that time. And you know, honestly, the whole making the bed thing, it just seemed a little too responsible. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? It was just like too over the top or something. It was just like, I was too tired also, right? Here's the thing. I thought I was too tired to make my bed, but I was too tired to not make my bed is the problem. I didn't realize I was sabotaging my own sleep by not making my bed. So that wasn't good. And here's the other thing, like not only do you want to walk into your room and see messages of like calm and peace, but the other thing is if you don't have your bed made, it's going to stop you from number 2, which is rhythmically approaching your bed. What in the world are you talking about, Teresa? So what I'm talking about here is creating like a rhythm of activity right before you get into bed and like as you're getting into bed. So this is like the 1 minute before you actually get into your bed. I'm not talking about brushing your teeth. You did that already. Really, I'm talking about like the immediate 30 seconds to a minute before you get into your bed, like what you're doing. You want to create a rhythm of activity that you repeat every single night. So what does this look like for me? For me, I walk up to my bed, I remove the decorative pillows and set them neatly on my, like sitting chair or reading chair, whatever I have next to my bed. I fold back the covers. I do it in this exact same way, make the same like pattern every time. I know that seems over the top, but trust me. I get my side pillows arranged because I need them, because, I can't sleep without those side pillows. I dim the alarm, so I have an actual alarm, and I turn the light like really far down on that. I turn on my bedside lamp, which is like a special bedside lamp. I'll talk about that in the next video. I have a companion video to this. You'll get more information then. But I turn on that little bedside lamp, and I turn off the larger lamp off to the side. I take off my slippers. I pick up my book. I always have a book next to my bed. I pick that book up, I climb under the covers, I set the book down, I snuggle up, get just so, make everything perfect, and then I open up my book. So it's the same every single night. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter what you do. You don't have to do those things, but just do it in the same way every single night, and really try to make sure your bed is made so that you can go through those rhythms in the same way every time, because over time, what's going to happen is this is going to become a more and more powerful suggestion to your brain that sleep is about to be here, that sleep is approaching, right? And you're going to keep getting these messages of like calm and peace, and you're doing the same thing every time, right? Because life is safe and good, even if the life that you have outside of that 1 minute is chaotic. Like from there, it's not. From there on, okay? So again, this like gets stronger the more that you do it, which is sort of the beauty of it. So, and actually that book that I was talking about is Little Habit Number 3, and it doesn't have to be a book. But you do need, or I strongly suggest that you introduce a calming element into your bedtime routine. So for me, this is a book. It could be an audiobook, could be a magazine, if it's the right kind of magazine, could be white noise, could be soft music. It could even be like a sleep app. Like there's one called Calm that I used to use when I like had a smartphone. I have a smartphone still. I'm filming on it right now, but I don't use it for anything other than filming. So that's another story for another video. But anyways, if you have a smartphone, and you probably do, there's this thing called Calm, which is an app that you can get that has like soft music, or they even have like bedtime stories geared toward adults. So they have different options. It's really geared to help people fall asleep. So for me, why the book? Well, okay. So I have the Narnia Chronicles, and every night I pick up one of the Narnia books. So I just like very slowly go through these books over the course of like a year or 2 years or whatever. There are, what, 6 or 7 of them? I don't know. I should know. I don't know. I think there are 7 of them. And it's magical. It helps me fall asleep. Why is it magical? Well, because Narnia is magical. Duh. I'm just kidding. Although, sort of. I mean, the magical thing about Narnia to me is that these are children's novels, right? And I've been reading them since childhood. So I know the plot of every single book forwards and backwards. I know what's going to happen next. Nothing new is ever going to happen. It's not going to excite my brain. I'm not going to have to like, oh no, I need to know what happens next. I can't put the book down. That's the wrong kind of book. That's not a calming element, okay? So we're trying to introduce some kind of calming element that helps our brain feel safe. And if you have books from your childhood that feel good to you, that would be a great place to start, right? The Narnia books for me are like the perfect sort of balance of predictable, cozy. There's enough content that it doesn't get old. I'm not reading the same 10-page book over and over and over again. And it's like nostalgic, it's comforting, it just helps me, it like lulls me to sleep. It is like magic. So thanks, C.S. Lewis. So, you know, my suggestion to you is like, find your own, right? You're probably already thinking of some things that would work for you, right? So figure out what those would be, try a few of them out, see which ones work, rotate between them, whatever. Hey, listen, if you are picking up any valuable insights today, please like this video. It makes me happy, and it helps the magic of the YouTube algorithm spread the love to other people, and they can benefit too. Thanks. All right, so you're gonna like little habit number 4 because it's a sweet one. Hugs. So if you're a mom, you have people, right? And you should make them help you sleep better, because chances are pretty good they've been the cause of a good bit of sleeplessness for you. Am I right? So, but why hugs though? Why should you like force your people to give you hugs? So let me just like divert my attention for a second, and I'm going to read something to you. So this is like a summary of benefits that come from hugging. Okay. So, and I quote, hugs stimulate pressure receptors in the skin, triggering release of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, which reduce stress and loneliness. They lower anxiety, lower blood pressure and heart rate. They boost your self-esteem. They improve your mood. They relax your muscles, support immune function, and foster a sense of safety and connection. Enough said, right? These are all things that will clearly help you fall asleep. And the science is just really clear on this one. Nighttime hugs are one of the best things you can do. It's not only good for you, it's good for the other person you're hugging too. And you probably have kids. Now, if you have a tiny little infant, maybe holding your baby infant close, right? But if you have any other people around you, make them give you hugs. And I would say the thing is about the hugs, the longer that they are, the more benefit you're going to get from them. So nice, long, loving hugs, maybe say a couple of nice things to each other. Just help your body and your brain prepare for sleep. And try not to exclude anybody on a regular basis. I mean, if you live with a weird uncle or something, maybe you need to. But, if you can make sure to include everyone in the house every time, then that's really going to send a subliminal message to your brain that all of the other people in your household are safe people who are trustworthy and you have nothing to worry about all night long. That's a good thing. All right. So if you are starting to wonder, are there habits to avoid? Yes. So, and this is going to be my little habits number 5 and 6. So number 5 and 6 are avoid the sleep killers. So 5 is what your body consumes, and these are definitely part of the reason you're struggling if you're consuming these things, and sadly they're things that we all love. So sugar, caffeine, dark chocolate, alcohol. Believe me, I have used all of these things as crutches to get through my day in the past, but ultimately they help you get through your day, but they destroy your sleep at night. And that's just the truth. I'm sorry. I love chocolate. I love dark chocolate. I especially love it at night at the end of a long day. I feel like it's this wonderful reward. And sometimes I just do it anyways. But if I do it too much or I eat too much of it, if I consume too much of it, I just know it's going to backfire on me. So moderation, what do you do all of these things? What can you cut back on? Right? So just try to figure out where you can cut back right now, and maybe there are some areas you can't, but the more of these you cut out, I'm telling you, I promise you, the better your sleep is going to be. Sorry. All right, but there's one thing that's even worse than those, and that is what your brain consumes, and that is screen time. So, all right, I'm sorry, you just don't even like me anymore, do you? So here's the thing, the color tone on your phone is not going to make it okay. If it did, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening to me. You wouldn't have sleep problems, okay? So if you have the habit of being on your phone, I don't care if it has the nighttime settings on it or not. If you're doing that before bed, you're really sabotaging your own sleep. Hey, you know what? If you'd like to never sleep again, then you should install a television in your bedroom. You should also have your phone on and make sure the alerts are all on and the volume is turned up, and you should put it next to you. And then you should check your texts one more time before bed. And while you're at it, check your email too. And don't forget the news headlines. Sleep tight. All right, so I'm being silly, right? But kind of not, because here's the thing. A lot of people just have no self-control with their devices. And some of them, it literally never occurred to them that they needed to have boundaries with that in order to live well. If you are having trouble sleeping and any of this seems familiar to you, any of these things that you might be doing within an hour of bedtime, then hello. Please stop doing them. You're not helping yourself sleep at all. And I really would love it if you slept better, because that's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to help people. I want you to have your best life. I'm not telling you not to do those things. I'm just suggesting that you not do them for 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime, right? So also, one of the best things I ever got was an actual alarm clock. So if I can think of it and remember to, I'll post it in the description below, and you can find the one that I use that is simple, and it has like you can adjust the brightness of it, but you're smart. You can figure out how to go get an alarm clock, right? So the thing about that is, I know I'm gonna wake up and I put my phone somewhere else, like far away, literally at this point in my life. And I will say, I mean, there are not a ton of people who are dependent on me. There are some. I have a 14-year-old, but she's in the house with me, right? And I've just kind of learned I actually am not that important. I don't really need for somebody to be able to reach me in the middle of the night or whatever. Like, the most important person in the world to me is my daughter, and she's here in the house with me. So if something is wrong, I'm gonna know it anyways. Like, the phone's not gonna help. So if you feel like that might be you and you might be able to leave your phone outside of your bedroom altogether, I would highly suggest it. It will be like one of the best things you ever do for your sleep. So just think about that. All right. I like habit 7 because you actually get to indulge yourself. So this one's not about what you have to take away. So this one is about what you get to have. And you should think about having maybe like a small snack before bed. You probably don't want to have a giant meal right before bed. You're going to have trouble digesting it. Maybe this one changes from person to person. I don't know. But a small snack that is filling but decent, not overly sugary, is a really good idea, because waking up hungry is kind of terrible. You know what I mean? So it's just like hard to recover from that. It still happens to me sometimes. And I just like go get a Luna bar. I have these lemon Luna bars that I like. I just go get a Luna bar and a small amount of milk, and I go back to bed. So in my upcoming video, I'm actually going to share what to do when you wake up in the middle of the night, and also how to help your home make you sleep better. Like, your home could be the culprit if you're having trouble sleeping. So try not to miss that one. If you don't want to miss it, now's a great time to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, and you can always unsubscribe if that's what you want to do in the future. So, all right. So anyways, the next habit is a really powerful one if you can pull it off. And it's little habit number 8, and it is exercise. So listen, I am not like a master of fitness, okay? So I'm not gonna be like talking down to you on this at all, okay? But here's what I do know. Exercise equals good sleep. It does. Especially aerobic exercise. So let me just tell you a little side story. So I used to be in the Army all those years ago, like over 20 years ago. Oh, anyways, it was a long time ago, but I still remember how well I would sleep after doing a road march. So we used to have to do these like 12-mile road marches with, full gear, the helmet, the, boots, carrying a weapon, the rucksack, 50 pounds in the rucksack, all of the things, right? 12 miles. And you had to do it within a certain amount of time. And I think we did that once or twice a year. I actually can't remember. Maybe I just don't want to remember. but anyways, after those road marches, like you just like, I've never gotten better sleep in my life, right? So why? Well, like your brain, it turns out, actually measures the amount of tiredness in your body and how much sleep you need to recover, right? So when you're asleep, your body is like repairing muscles, building new muscle tissue, healing, recovering. So if you sit still in a chair all day long, you're kind of sending your body the wrong message, right? If you, to the extent that you can get up and move around, that you could do that more in your life, that's going to be a good thing for your sleep, okay? So whatever you can do with the stage of life you're at right now, like what can you add in? If you have a baby, can you put the baby in the stroller and start walking around the neighborhood? Can you wear ankle weights? Like, can you do workouts at home? I mean, those are the only kind of workouts I do, are workouts at home. I mean, I actually like to go hiking and stuff like that too, but like for the most part, I work out at home because there are no barriers, right? I don't have to wear any kind of particular clothing. I don't have to look good. I can immediately, like go and get in my PJs afterwards. Like it's the way I can do it. That works for me. So figure out what works for you to get more aerobic exercise or, weight training exercise, whatever you do, it's going to help you sleep better. All right, so in just a second, I'm going to share that framework that I mentioned earlier in the beginning. But first, little habit number 9, which is, and I bet you know this one, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Right? So I know you probably know this one, but I'll bet you weren't doing it, right? Sometimes it's hard. Life is real. I mean, believe me, I know. I have a very stressful job outside of this lovely channel that is not that stressful. And I am a solo mom, and I have a 14-year-old that keeps me busy. So, sometimes we're just going to events, we're doing things. Like, I get it, okay? But to the extent that you can, try to be consistent on when you go to bed, even on the weekends, because life is real, but so is your need for good sleep. Okay? So what you're doing, if you're like staying up really late on the weekends, or your schedule is always changing, you're like constantly giving yourself mini jet lag. And obviously that's not good if you're trying to sleep. And here's the thing, circadian rhythms are stronger and more powerful than you. They just are, right? You can ignore them, but you probably shouldn't. And actually, circadian rhythms are part of the framework that I wanted to share with you. So this framework is the thing that kind of unites all of these habits and brings them together. And the reason these habits work is because they're secretly speaking to your lower mammal brain. Like the older part of your brain, the more primitive part of your brain is the way you could think of it. So that lower part of your brain is really focused on survival, right? And it's always torn between sleep on the one hand, because you will die without it, and safety on the other hand, because you will die without it. So here's the thing, sleep is just so basic and fundamental that it's like hardwired in us, right? Like, I mean, it's really obviously fundamental and important. But so is your need for safety. And those two things compete with each other. And so when you establish these habits, what you are doing is helping your primitive brain relax, right? And allow sleep to come. Because what your primitive brain knows for a fact, or thinks that it knows, is that danger comes in the night. And sleep is the most vulnerable position you'll ever be in. And safety is not a given. And if you have babies and you're a mom, like times 10, right? So these habits that I shared today, these are things that help your brain, your primitive brain, feel safe and calm, and help your brain allow your body to fall into sleep, okay? And oddly, our modern world, which is safer, right, than the old world that used to exist, the modern world is actually part of the problem. And that's because your poor, overstimulated brain never gets a break. I mean, between advertisements, social media, driving on a road, which is wildly unnatural, right? All of these things that we do, like the little mini conflicts that happen inside of us every time we read a headline, every time that we watch any kind of even minor violence on television, like all of these things, whatever it is, none of these are sending you messages of peace or calm. None of these are telling you that you're safe. So yeah, like you have a lot going on in the outside world. So when you come home, like it's good to kind of create a sanctuary, and like especially around your bedtime routine, right? So that you help your brain realize, like, yeah, those things are out there, but they're not here. They're not now. Right now is calm and safe. So check your current bedtime habits, see which ones align with that framework, which ones help your primitive brain relax, and which ones maybe don't, okay? And I would say, like, really when do you want to focus on this is like dinner time onward, unless you eat at like 5. Some people do. I don't know. I eat later in the evening, but at least a couple of hours before bedtime, try to start bringing things down. Okay, bonus tip. All of these things that I've shared with you, all of these habits, they work wonders for your children as well. You're welcome. All right. Hey, if you've been struggling with sleep, your home could be part of the problem. It could be sending you chaos vibes and you don't even know it. And in my upcoming video, which is a companion video to this one, I'm actually going to show you how just making a few simple changes around your home can make a huge impact on your sleep. So check that out. Try not to miss it. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Sweet dreams.